Hello, grade one. Welcome back to my channel. Last week, we discussed about addition within 40 with regrouping. In this video, we are going to talk about subtraction within 40 with regrouping. Before we are going to proceed to my examples, let's recall first what is meant by subtraction. Anyone? All right. Subtraction means taking away or removing objects away from a given group. If I have 5 fingers, I'm going to take away 2 of them. Then I have 3 fingers left. Meaning 5 minus 2 is 3. All right. Let's now move on to my first example. Subtract 3 from 32. In other words, we are going to remove 3 objects from 32 objects. Let's answer this problem in 3 methods. Method number 1, we can subtract by counting backwards. In addition, you can add by counting on or forward. In subtraction, we can subtract by counting backwards. When we use this kind of method, we need the help of the number tape. We are going to find where 32 is in this number tape. And 32 is here. And since this is subtraction, then we have to move backward, or we're going to move to the left. How many times? 3 times, because we are supposed to take away 3 objects from 32 objects. 1, 2, 3. Make sure not to skip any number in the number tape. We landed on number 29. 32 minus 3 is 29. Another method is by using number bonds. We have here 32 minus 3 equals blank. So what we are going to do next is we are going to break 32 into 2 numbers. The first number is going to be 10 and the other one is 22. 22 and 10 make 32. We are going to subtract 10 and 3. 10 minus 3 is 7. Next, we are going to add 7 and 22. 7 plus 22 is 29. Therefore, 32 minus 3 is 29. This method is quite complicated, but don't worry, we're not going to focus on this method because this is used or done in the classroom so that the students will be able to do mental math eventually. Yeah, if you keep on doing this kind of method in the future, you will realize that you already know how to compute math mentally, meaning you can compute math using your brain, just your brain. All right, let's have method number 3. We can subtract using place values. You know already what is meant by place values. When we talk about place values, we're talking about the place value chart. And in the place value chart, we have the tens and the ones. What you are going to do is, you are going to write the numbers in the place value chart properly. We have 32 and 3. Before we subtract these numbers, we need the help of our base 10 blocks. In 32, there are 3 tens and 2 ones. Look at the numbers in ones. We have 2 and 3. 2 ones minus 3, or 2 ones take away 3. Can we do that? No. We don't have enough number of ones. We are going to ask help from the neighbor, which is the tens. Meaning, we are going to regroup 110. Remember, 110 equals 10 ones. What I meant is, we can actually transfer 110 here into this box. Look at the screen. Did you get that? We can cross out the 3 in the tens and write 2 because we only have 2 tens left. And how many ones do we have now altogether? This is already 10, 11, 12. We have now 12 ones. So we can cross out the 2 in the ones and write 12. 12 ones, take away 3. You just cross out 3 ones from 12. We have 1, 2, 3. Then we are going to count the remaining cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 minus 3 is 9. Let's proceed to the tens. We have 2 tens minus nothing, or 2 tens take away nothing. The answer is still 2. Therefore, 32 minus 3 is 29. Let's have example number 2. Subtract 17 from 31. First, let's make a place value chart and write numbers 31 and 17 in the place value chart properly. We have here 31 and 17. Next, we are going to use the base 10 blocks to show number 31. In 31, there are 3 tens and 1 1. After this, we will go back to the place value chart and we are going to look at the numbers in ones. The numbers in ones are 1 and 7. 1 1 minus 7 ones, or 1 1 take away 7 ones. Can you do that? No, we cannot. So what do? We are going to go to the neighborhood and let's try to regroup 110. Look at this. 110 is 10 ones. Did you get that? After doing that, 3 tens becomes 2 tens. 1 1 becomes 11 ones. We have now 10, 11 ones. We have now enough number of ones. 11 ones take away 7 ones. We have to cross out 7 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then count the remaining number of cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11 minus 7 is 4. Next, let's have the numbers in tens. We have 2 tens minus 1 10, or 2 tens take away 1 10. We will look at the base 10 cubes and let's try to remove or cross out 1 10. How many tens left? There's only 1 tenth left. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Therefore, 31 minus 17 is 14. All right. In order for you to be able to understand the process or the procedures on how to subtract numbers with regrouping, I have here another set of practice exercises. Example number 3, subtract the following numbers. By the way, this is going to be my last set of exercises. Let's have letter A. 40 minus 17 equals blank. This time, we're just going to use the place value chart to subtract these numbers. We no longer use the base 10 blocks. We have 40 minus 17. Let's start subtracting the numbers in ones. 0 minus 7 cannot be, right? The number on top is smaller than the number at the bottom. So what we're going to do, we are going to ask help from the neighbor. And the neighbor of 0 is 4. So how to do that? The 4 becomes 3 and the 0 becomes 10. We actually regroup 4 here. 4 tens is the same as 3 tens and 10 ones. Just like that. Now that we already have enough, we can now subtract 7 from 10. Or 10 take away 7. How to do that? I'm going to teach you another way on how to subtract numbers easily. What we're going to do is put number 7 in mind. This time, we're going to put the smaller number in mind, and we are going to count on 7 in mind, 8, 9, 10. Were you able to follow? Again, 7 in mind, 8, 9, 10. How many fingers? 1, 2, 3. 10 minus 7 is 3. Right. Next, let's subtract the numbers in tens. 3 minus 1, or 3 take away 1. Using our method, the method that I just introduced to you, we are going to put 1 in mind, the smaller number, and we are going to count on 1, 2, 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Therefore, 40 minus 17 is 23. Okay? Let's now move on to letter B. 34 minus 6 equals blank. First, let's provide the place value chart and write the numbers in the place value chart properly. We have 34 and 6. 34 minus 6. Let's start subtracting the numbers in ones. 4 minus 6. 4 minus 6 cannot be. The number on top is smaller than the number at the bottom. What do? We're going to ask help from the neighbor. 3. The 3 becomes 2. The 4 becomes 14. This is what we call regrouping. 3 tens is equal to 2 tens and 10 ones. Now that we have enough, we can now subtract 6 from 14. 14 minus 6, using the method that I just introduced to you, we put 6 in mind, the smaller number, and we count on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How many fingers? There are 8 fingers. Therefore, 14 minus 6 is 8. Next, let's subtract the numbers in tens. We have 2 minus nothing. 2 minus nothing is just 2. Therefore, 34 minus 6 is 28. That's it, grade 1, and I hope that you learned something from this video. And I'll see you in our Zoom classes.